This training is going to refer to the teacher agreements. These are agreements that will help us in case we are audited for our online learning and teaching, and for a substitute if you happen to be out of the classroom and need to have a substitute cover your class. So we are going to start this training starts and references the teacher agreements document that is inside the shared Oroville City Elementary School District training folder that is shared up on the Google Drive. According to the teacher agreements, we're going to start with the auditors. And what we're going to do is a few things that is going to help if we do have the auditors come through. I'm going to bring up a demo class. And one of the things about the demo class is you'll see that it has my school name, Teresa's Demo Class for Substitute Teaching. And if I wanted to go in and I was creating this would be the name of the classroom. And I could also go in and this would be the subject or the time or the session. What I want to do is make sure that it says class general meeting when my large meeting is. Don't have to put in all the tiny little tutorials or the RTI meetings. But what I want you to do is put in the general class meeting time from 8 o'clock to 2:30. That will tell them how much time I am meeting with my class each day. Also, here is where you have the class code. Make sure your class code is showing there. By clicking on that, I can make it larger. And the meeting link. The meeting link is the one that you use each day when you do your general meeting. You can choose when you set this up to show or not show the general meeting. And some teachers turn it on and off, so if the kids are late, they can't get into the general meeting. And this is how the student can always get into your meeting, into your Google Meet. The next thing that I want to tell you is that down here, when you create a new classwork, any new classwork out of the Create button, I've created 2 assignments here. One is a Google Wonders Chapter 2. It does not refer to anything. I just want to tell you this. These are all made up. But when I'm creating the assignment, I put in here that the expectation is that assignment will take up to 60 minutes to complete. This is really good because it helps parents. If a kid is spending 3 hours on an item or on an assignment, the parents then know, oops, something might be wrong. I need to talk to the teacher. So that is a heads up to the teacher, to the student of how long it should take. The other thing is, if you notice immediately to the left here, I put AS 60 minutes. That means that this assignment is asynchronous, not when I'm in my class time. That tells you asynchronous 60 minutes for the day. This tells me what day, if I posted it on, so the auditors would know that 60 minutes right here is from asynchronous time was done reading these pages. If I go into another item here, I have It's a Wonderful Life, just referring to the chapter again. It's from the same date, and it tells me that this is synchronous. So at the end of my class, I want to have the students take an exit quiz, and I'm going to stay on there with them in case they have any questions, and I'm going to maybe make changes later on based upon what they did or didn't learn, and I'm going to use that to reflect. Now, it says that it's synchronous. That's the little S next to the 15 minutes. This will help if the auditors come in, they're looking to see the total time that the class is in session every day, going to see how many minutes of it are synchronous and how many minutes of it are asynchronous. And this will just help. You can just stay there. It's not a big deal. Just leave it there. And we do not want any of our classes, even after you have the stream and you've got a bunch of classes, you do not want to delete those sessions. You do not want to delete your classroom. If you feel like your sessions are getting too long or that your stream is getting too long, you can go in here and say general education meeting for first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Or as some of my teachers do, they have separate ones for English language arts and one separate for math and separate my upper grades. So you could do that as well if you feel like the stream is getting too long. But you do not want to delete any of these, and you do not want to delete your classroom. That's really important because the auditors may come in a year and a half from now and want to check that out. Also, moving on to the agreements that we have, and the agreements that the teacher agreements for making sure that for substitute teacher, one of the things we want to do is make sure that all of the items they need are in this Google link. So that's why we want the Google Meet, the link to always be this one. So the students and the teacher who's coming in, or the substitute principal, or whoever's going to sub for that class, knows exactly how to get on with the students. The other thing that they're going to know is they're going to know exactly what time. So that is really going to help, and by this guidance here of what's going on, they should be able to run your classroom. The one last thing that you need to do if you have a sub, I'm at OFER, so I have a substitute. The substitute's login is called OFER Sub. So what I can do over here is under People, I can go in here and under Teacher, I can choose to say someone else, and I can say OFER Sub. This is a sub principal, and I should have an OFER Sub Teacher. So if I click on OFER Sub Teacher, I have a login and password for them. And if everybody adds their sub teacher in there, when the sub teacher logs in, they can just click on the classroom for which they're subbing. They come in here and they would be able to see all the things the teacher would see on that side. So it will make them a whole lot easier for them to do the subbing and for them to walk right through with their students, the front of the class, and be able to figure out what time it starts, know exactly where the link is there, and the students will go right on. If you have any questions, please talk to your principal. Make sure that you understand how to do these, how to add these things. I hope you have a great day. I hope this has helped. Thank you.